Saturday, as our celebrities had to compete in 2 dances. Everything went smoothly on the night, but was it a different story backstage?
Come on, the Swingathon. The 7 of them, the magnificent 7 out there. This is the start of the real pressure.
Oh, I didn't sleep last night at all. I think I saw the clock every hour.
It is a little bit more pressure because we're doing 2 dances.
Oh, I don't even want to think about it. I'm dreading it. I'm so scared.
Who needs me? Who needs me this week? Is it Robbie? Am I dancing with Robbie this week? No, it must be Jason. Jason Donovan.
You sexy thing.
I think that's his song for this week. He didn't really mean that. Crazy. Right now, everybody's going through their rehearsals with the band.
Unfortunately, with 3 hats, they just don't fit. We're waiting for somebody from wardrobe to come. I find hats that do fit.
It's not ideal, is it? I mean, the whole part of the routine is structured around the hats.
But this one's too big.
She's very stressed about it.
But I'm more nervous about the Swingathon than the actual dance because I know that it's all the couples that are on the floor, so it's going to be more competitive, and I don't really like that. I'm going to have to, shove them out my way with my boots.
It is truly the war on the floor.
We're next to Brendan and Anita.
And she keeps screaming, "Get out of my stage!"
So I was trying to keep my steps as small as possible because I don't want an angry Brendan barking at me.
I'm feeling a little bit nervous now.
Surely blokes can do their own hair, right? I can understand with girls because they have different hairstyles, but a bloke should be able to do their own hair. Unless you're always savage.
To be fair, James should make the most of doing his hair, just fall it out.
Look, she looks dead cute. Look at me. Like a big polka dot ball.
Well, we've had hat skate, now we've got dress skate. If I go upside down, I'll be in a bather. Nobody wants to see that. I'm not that worried about the Swingathon because I've accepted from a very early stage that we'll be out quite soon. And with James being such a dud, I mean, we can't stay in past a minute. He'll be on the floor, hyperventilating.
Trying to rehearse, but my mind's just gone blank.
Good thanks.
So you're on camera.
Thanks, Fred. Thank you.
I must say, whatever people at home think of Craig is always honest.
Off camera is actually very nice.
Oh, sorry.
My image, darling.
Showtime.
How long we got? We've got about 5 minutes and we'll send you one. Well, I'm ready.
We can do this for Robin.
Who's Robin?
It's time to go.
Wish me luck.
Everybody is in now. We're going to go live.
She is. Let's talk about Saturday's routines, and we're going to start with Harry. You absolute meanie. You were the only judge not to give him a 10. But before you say anything, I've got a little message for you. Oh, yeah.
I'd just like to say that I thought Harry did brilliantly well on Saturday, and I think he should have got a 10 from Craig.
Many like Georgia. Boo! Hiss! Boo! Hiss! What is your reason? Explain to Georgia why Harry didn't get a 10 from you.
His left foot and, actually, which I didn't mention, his thumb. I prefer the thumb down, you know, on the back of the lady's hand. See his thumb's up. And his left foot is slightly sickled.
But is
and
that
goes
not,
out of shape and wonky.
Is that not a sort of a physical thing? Is that, you know, is that something he can correct?
He needs to work on that, yes.
Okay.
He needs to think of keeping that foot in line rather than turning it in. And particularly in the air as well. You know, he needs to make sure that his footwork is lined up. If that had have happened, darling, if I hadn't noticed it, it may have been a 10.
Oh,
terrible shame,
do you
isn't it?
think he stands a good chance of getting a 10 from you in the next couple of weeks?
I think he does, only because he is really, really good. You know, he's fantastic. And it's just these tiny little details now. And, of course, it's going to come to that, isn't it?
It will, of course,
as,
yeah.
you know, the dancers get better and improve. And, of course, you know, we want to see really good dancing in the final, and I want it to be absolutely fantastic.
You want perfection. Alex and James, you thought Alex's Charleston was a major step back for her. Mediocre is in fact your term. There were gasps of horror from the audience as you said that. Explain more.
The competition is getting tougher, and I'm being tougher, and I'm judging a lot more detail. Now, when you do a Charleston, it's meant to be goofy, and this was just all a little bit in between. It wasn't going to enough extreme for me. For instance, any of the shoulder stuff really needs to be high and, you know, exaggerated.
Okay.
Anytime you do a push, you go out for it. You know, it's meant to look sort of bizarre and extraordinary.
I did see you do a bit of Charleston on the tour last year with Anne, and it was very
It's extreme.
Yeah,
that nearly killed me, actually.
I know, it did. And James not very happy with the scores. Alicia said perhaps undermarked with a 6.
James, please, get a life.
OK, that's dealt with that. Holly and Artem, very modern. So was I. OK, now let's talk about Alex and James first. Alex handled the hats brilliantly in her routine. 3 hats she had to get through. Yes. I was thinking, don't drop it, don't drop it. How difficult is it to do tricky choreography and handle props?
Talking about tricky choreography, got to look at this for a very special lady at home, Miranda Hart. This is
She
for
wanted
you.
swimming.
She wanted swimming. I
yeah.
bet she was happy, and we got it. The thing about Charleston, not only is the over-the-top actions of absolutely whacking yourself or lifting the shoulders, but what James and Alex did this time is the hats. The hats are a nemesis to any dancer. But even if you got 1 hat, that would be a problem, which it normally is. 6 hats in total were going on that floor. Anything could have happened. They could have dropped one, they could have switched one, they could have missed it off of the coat hook. It was a really... I liked the idea of it. It was a very challenging idea. But what it played in their advantage is that normally hats hide the face, and people don't like that on TV. It actually pictured and framed their faces. There's some great movements that they were lifting it. I absolutely loved it. Great number.
Good, good. Well done, Alex and James. Holly and Artem, quite brilliantly. Well done to Holly and well done to the frock. We've got Alex's Charleston dress in the studio here. Tell me a bit about this, Celia. What can you tell me about this frock?
Well, it's a sort of pale apple green. It actually is lycra, although it looks like crepe.
Yeah,
it's quite a boyish shape, and it's quite suitable for the dance.
What can you tell me about the stones? How many crystals on there? Come on, facts.
I know,
you must
a
have
huge
something.
amount. 5,000 stones on that. Yes, and around the neck and on the chevrons. Yeah, absolutely. Can't believe it. It's a lot. And then down the back, of course, you've got those beads, which kind of echoes the 1920s long necklaces. So that's where a lot of the work will be.
The Swingathon was very exciting. 7 couples on the floor, and they all had a go at helping to choose their outfits and the designs of their outfits, didn't they, Una?
Yeah, it made it much more feel like a competition because they all got to say what they wanted to wear. So Holly went back to the jive wearing these trousers, which looked like a sort of 1930s zoot suit, and Chelsea here, which we've got in the studio, the polka dot dress, very 1950s as well.
It's a bit like Cha-Cha. It reminds me of Cha-Cha from Greece. Do you remember her with the big petticoats?
Yeah.
And she wore it well, didn't she, Celia?
Well, I think she's...